and welcome everyone. It's time for an update of things, what I've been reading, what I've been knitting, what I've been spinning, what are my plans. First of all, it is a beautiful gray day. We've so seldomly have gray days and I've been really hankering for one, and it's been drizzling on and off and feeling kind of lightly wintry, which is just the best we can get here in Tucson. So I'm pretty happy about it. I took Dot on a hike this morning, and then we went to a local coffee shop and we sat out on the porch and I knitted and drank some coffee and it sprinkled on us and it was just really beautiful. Nice way to spend Sunday, which I have grown to really hate because Monday comes after and then Monday is the start of a work week, and it's been a really challenging year. So I can't wait to be done with this school year and to be moving on to greater things and to find myself again. And hopefully this school year will go by really fast. So first of all, I forgot the book that I'm reading. I also feel like I should mention the sweater that I'm wearing, since it's one that I made, but I can't remember the pattern or the pattern designer. And it might, Alicia Plummer is the designer. And I remember this is Nora Madara yarn, which is a wool alpaca silk blend, I believe, and it's so beautiful. I love this yarn. It was really fun to work with. And I can't remember the name of the pattern. Anyways, I'm currently reading 1Q84 by Murakami, and I am so near the end. And I have been really slowing down because I don't want to finish this book. So I'm savoring it, and I've really loved this book so much. This is my second Murakami book. My first one was The Wind-Up Bird Chronicles, which got off to a bit of a rocky start for me, but I ended up really falling in love with and decided that I wanted to continue to read his works. So I dove into this, and it's been absolutely wonderful. And maybe I like it even more than The Wind-Up Bird Chronicles. I don't know. I really love this book though, and I will be so sad to be done with it. I have no idea what I'm going to read next. I think it really all depends on how I feel after finishing this book. I might need to just deviate and do something completely different so that I don't feel like I'm comparing everything to this book, which can be something that happens when you really enjoy a book. And so we'll see. I think this might be my 53rd or 54th book of the year, which is pretty awesome. I think my goal was only 25 books for the year, and so I doubled that. And it's been a good year of reading. I really appreciate that I haven't felt any pressure to move through this quickly. It's been nice to just savor it. Now, moving on to things that I am knitting. So I have an ongoing long-term project. This is the Porto blanket by Pearl Soho, and I just wanted to share with you where I'm at. And it's coming along. I've made a lot of progress. It's really beautiful. It's been mostly really fun to work on. I appreciate having it. It's been a journey though, and I've had several moments of frustration where I've had to tink back a row or two. I also had to frog it initially because I just got started on the wrong foot and I made a lot of progress without realizing it. So it's been a long process, and it's kind of nice though because I feel absolutely no rush to finish it, which is rare for me, because usually when I have projects that are languishing on the needles for even a couple of weeks, it makes me feel really anxious, and I usually end up scrapping my projects if I don't work on it like within a month. And this has not been the case, so it's just nice to have a project that's always available and waiting, that I don't feel pressured to finish, and fully accept that this may take a handful of years to finish, and I'm okay with that. Kind of crazy. Let's see. That is a free pattern, by the way, on Purl Soho, and then you just buy a cone through Purl Soho and you use the whole cone to knit the blanket. It's really nice not having to wind any balls or weave in multiple ends for such a big project. It's just one big cone for the whole thing. I am also, actually put this here and get out. I was been like traveling with knitting and spinning, and my book actually got a little wet. I don't know if you could see that from when we were walking back to the car. So I'm doing a sweater from this Arctic Knits book by the Petite Knitter, and we are working through the Fjord Jumper. I have only just started this, not yesterday, but the night before. So I've only had like a full, I would say a day and a half with this sweater, but I've made a lot of good progress. It's been really enjoyable to knit. It's kind of nice to be able to settle into a project because it's been a very tumultuous year in so many ways, and that's definitely had an effect on my ability to focus or find inspiration to do something or see something through. And I have started in the past couple of months at least 5 projects and have made pretty solid progress and then scrapped them all. I have really good feeling about this though. I think this will be something that I actually finish, even though I still have a long way to go, but I just, you know, sometimes you just know. That's what I'm trying to say. Sometimes you just know when something is working, and you also just know when something is not working. And it's kind of nice when things are very clear-cut like that. I wish everything was very clear-cut like that, but I digress. So here is where I'm at. I am using Sonder yarn Sunday Morning DK in Bear Hug for the main color, and then Flat White for the contrast color. This is my first time working with Sonder yarn. I've heard a lot of really good things about Sonder yarn, and so I was excited to get to try it. Initially, my impression was that it was really boring. And I was like, I don't know if I'm really gonna enjoy this very much, but ultimately I'm actually enjoying working with it very much. It's been very soft and cozy and squishy and nice to work with. And I think this is going to be such a comfortable sweater to wear as well. And yeah, hopefully it'll fit well. It's always a bit of a gamble. You invest a lot of time. I'm not a very experimental knitter. I basically just follow the pattern, and I typically use the yarns that the pattern maker uses. So I don't even like do a lot of exploration in that sense. So I don't have the knowledge to really customize how something fits me. And this sweater that I'm wearing now, I feel like I just got lucky. But actually I want to share with you this other sweater that I knit like 3 years ago, maybe. The Halibut sweater by Caitlin Hunter. This is my pride and joy. I loved knitting this sweater so much. I loved working with yarn. This is Spin Cycle Metamorphic, and I just absolutely love the look of it. I love everything about this sweater except for one very important thing, and that is the fit. I really don't like the fit. I never have. As soon as I put it on, I knew I wasn't gonna like the fit, but I had tried to make it work because I just really loved the sweater. And so I don't know what to do with this sweater. I'm very attached to it. I'm very proud of it. This is my first real successful knit sweater, in that I felt really proud of it. And I had made some other sweaters beforehand, and never really was super proud of them. And this was the first one that I felt proud about. So a couple of options. One, and this is something I've always kind of toyed around with the idea of doing, is to steek it and turn it into a cardigan. I would have to, let's see, oh, that's the back side. I would have to go right down the middle of a halibut, which I don't think bothers me at all. I do have one extra skein of this plum color, so I could make a button band, but that is quite the commitment, and I'm a little bit scared because once you steek something, you can't just put it back together again. And I have made one cardigan before, and the button band was something that I found really challenging. But I also made that when I was very new to knitting, so I have a lot more experience now at this point, and hopefully I could actually do a better job. I do really want to make a cardigan, which brings me to my next thing, and that is I just received a package from the Farmer's Daughter Fibers. This is, wow, there's like, apparently I have a color palette that I really am drawn to, and I can't deny it. This is fiber for a cardigan by Caitlin Hunter called The Homeschooler, The Reluctant Homeschooler. And it just looks like a very versatile, very wearable, very comfy, cozy kind of cardigan. And I think I would get a lot out of a cardigan because it's really hot here. And so I don't like to layer my sweaters because I want to wear my sweaters, so I don't wear any layers under them. Otherwise it would just be way too hot, but usually it's too hot anyways to wear a sweater for the whole day. So I feel like a cardigan, I would feel more comfortable about just wearing it in the morning when it is kind of chilly, and then accepting that I don't wear it for the rest of the day. For some reason, I know I could do that with sweaters too, but that's like, I just, when I wear a sweater, I want to wear the sweater. Anyways, so this is Bear Paw sock or not sock, it's the DK weight. And then it is their Odang, which is a Surrey alpaca and silk blend. And you hold them together and it just makes for a very fluffy, cozy, soft cardigan. And I'm really looking forward to it. And it will have pockets, and hopefully I will be able to do everything correctly. And I am a little anxious about the pockets and the button band. And if I can't figure it out, maybe I'll go to my local yarn shop and pay for an hour of somebody's assistance as I sort through that part of the pattern. All right, the last thing I want to talk about is my spinning. And so I started my spinning journey, actually, honestly, like many years ago. I had a drop spindle and I was experimenting with dog hair that I had been collecting, but I never really did much with it. And I had always imagined doing a lot with it. I really have been drawn to spinning for decades. And so I finally dove into it this summer. I took a class at a local yarn shop to learn how to spin on a wheel. And then I was able to rent said wheel for 3 months, and I spun up a lot and I practiced a lot, but then I had to return the spinning wheel and I missed spinning. So I ended up getting a drop spindle, and that has been really fun. I actually like the control that I have over a drop spindle in contrast to a spinning wheel. I feel like a spinning wheel is just like a whole nother level of construction, and you can work so much faster and do so much more. But it can kind of, as you're learning, it can kind of just like run away from you. Whereas a drop spindle, I feel like you just have a lot more control over. Apologies for Dot. Anyways, this is my first cake of homespun drop spindle yarn. It is double plied, and I am so proud of it. I feel like it looks really consistent and beautiful, and I can't wait to work with it. I'm a little bit anxious about working with it because I treasure this and I don't want to mess it up, but it'll happen one day. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. I don't have any plans for any of the things that I'm spinning. I just want to spin because it's been really enjoyable, and it's been really nice to have an ongoing project that I don't really have to think much about. I don't have to plan anything. I don't have to have an end goal. I'm just doing it for the sake of spinning right now, and it's been really therapeutic. I have two things that this, by the way, is a wool silk blend from Big Little Yarn Co. The new thing that I'm really focusing on is this fiber. This is a fiber from Merino Skua. It is a huge blend of various UK sheep breeds, and this was hand dyed. I got it as a braid. I think this is called wool top, but I don't quite know all the lingo just yet. There's a lot to learn in spinning. I've already divided it up into 2 bits so that I can spin up each bit separately, and then I'll double ply them in the end. And it's been really very pleasurable to work with, and I'm super excited to see how it turns out. The drop spindle that I'm using with this is a True Creations drop spindle, and I really love this drop spindle. I like the feel of it. I like the look of it. It's kind of been my go-to spindle for spinning, and you can't even see that. It's so thin, but it's there. I promise. I do have another spindle with some fiber going, and this is an alpaca wool blend that has little tweedy bits in it, and I have not been spending a lot of time with it, mostly I think because I am in my winter season right now, and so I want really deep tones, rich autumnal tones, and not something bright and light and pink. That's more of a summer color, but it's also really enjoyable to spin up. This spindle, I forget the name of the maker, but it came out of Australia, and I'm a little bit conflicted about it. It spins really nicely, and it's really beautiful, and it's super well made, but I just haven't been drawn to it nearly as much as this spindle here. And I think, honestly, a part of it is just in the shaft. It's a silly little thing because this is a beautiful spindle and it spins really well and it's easy to work with, but the wood that's used for the shaft is super, super lightweight, and it almost feels like nothing. It kind of has a similar feeling and weight of like a super lightweight carbon fiber bicycle. There's just, it doesn't feel substantial. This one, the shaft, while thinner in just a little bit, feels more substantial. The wood is a little bit weightier, and that feels good in my hands, whereas this almost feels like air, like cotton candy, and and that's just a completely personal preference that really doesn't impact the actual process in some ways. So anyways, that's where I'm at. Those are my updates. Thank you so much for watching and sticking around and being patient with me as I sort out this really messy year, and hopefully good things are around the corner. Happy knitting. Good luck to everyone. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I'll see you all in another video.